Mercury sign. Now, the Mercury sign, that's how you think and how you communicate with people. Thinking processor. Are you somebody who talks fast, but like has something like fun to talk about or interesting that should be listened to? Or are you somebody that like thinks right though? Thinks about things that are, in real life. You're getting information out about shit you see in real time. Things that are in your immediate area. You have information to tell people. Not just some, fun thing you think everybody should listen to. Not some, creative thoughts that you have. In the blue chocolate pool, in the, Mercury sign, you want to have that in earth or wind. If you want to be considered, one who is a, great thinker or, knows how to do things, the right way. And not just that, but like sees it for what it actually is too. But like you're doing it in a way that's like grand, because like but it ain't. It's grand, but it's not. It's just it has to be done this specific way. There's no other way to do it. We're making something, right? But we need it specifically done like this. It needs to have this many, this, or it has to be this type of shape. Anything else is wrong. Details matter. These people think like that. Very analytical type of people. This is, the blue chakra. And then guess what? In Mercury, blue chakra, these people are able to, send information, receive information, right? But these people, and everybody does it. Or they can, listen to this video because there's lies playing through the blue chakra all the time. So you have to like know what is, actually going on, or if somebody's just playing games to, attract certain people to them. Me as the Green Angel, I do, play games, a little bit, but I also have the ability to not do that. My Mercury sign is kind of special, but other people's Mercury signs are special too, but not as special as mine. Certain people have voices that are heard more, or people may view it that way, but it ain't really like that. It's more, they're being seen for more fun ventures as opposed to real things. People who actually think about, what's going on. They know, they're of logic, they're of, practical thinking. If it ain't that, then you're probably not a thinker. You're a creative mind. You're of a creative mind. That's how you think. You might think too fast, or you might be actually really slow, or you might be always thinking about the past. That's some of these Mercury signs that be doing shit like that. But they're still creative and deep with the way they think. But these people who have fire and water in the Mercury chakra, like I said, they're more creative minded. They don't really care about a whole lot of information that much. These people are trying to have fun, present, some creative things to people, show somebody a deeper side of, something through conversation, of course, because this is the blue chakra where, words mean things, deeper meanings, words can get stretched different ways because of how things are said, and then, people can, say something, right? But like the way they state it is very, it sounds like it's true. Like, oh, wow, because they said it in a very intelligent way. Goes back to, lies being feigned in the blue tropical. You have to always, just because somebody else is not as smart or good at taking in information and, getting it out, and just like information about, people and places and things, or just, this person doesn't always do the best work, when they go about doing something. They're not the most effective, or people don't always come to them for their advice on, like, how can I, like, improve what I'm doing? I know you as a person that thinks and really looks over, details of other people. You could see where somebody else went wrong or could stand to improve. They don't mind some criticism, every once in a while. Blue chakra, Mercury sign, that's what I'm going into for the next 4 weeks. I'll be talking about each sign in the Mercury chakra. And that's how you speak and think, basically. So be cool on the corner if you can.